the equation E is equal mc squared, in which energy is cut equal to mass multiplied with the square of the velocity of light, showed that very small amount of mass may be converted into a very large amount of energy, and vice versa. The mass and energy were in fact equivalent, according to the formula mentioned above. This was demonstrated by Kruger and Walton in 1932 experimentally.
You've got it right here. S4 with E squared in conjunction with Spaced Out Radio.
Alien contact. S4. UFOs. Bigfoot. 9/11. Grays. The Illuminati. Cover-ups. RH negative blood. What are they hiding from
Sorry, your call cannot be completed as dialed.
Now, the men behind the mics, Forest Moon Paranormal's Eric Cooper and the SOR Spacewire's Eric Marco. You can find more at spacedoutradio.com.
Remain seated, please. Permanecer sentados, por favor.
Now, let's travel into the universe. It's S4 with E squared.
All right. Good evening, everyone, from snowy concrete. Yes, it is snowing now. Just walked in the door after, a 45, actually about a 3-hour trip, round trip. Oh, yeah. So, I know you're here, Markham. You ever driven through, I don't know, when you have to slow down on a 55 mile an hour highway to 45 because you can't see because the snow's coming down so hard?
Yeah, I made the trip from Winston-Salem to Greensboro one year. I think I was about 15 mile an hour. It was snowing real bad, and I was the supervisor, so I had to get to work, and took about 3 hours to do what usually takes me about 40 minutes.
Yeah. Now, I'm thinking we're going to switch up our show to like midnight, 12:30 after Spaced Out Radio so we don't interfere with Spaced Out Radio. But I don't know, the house is quieter. It's, I think, I don't know how your work schedule looks, but I think we're going to switch to the midnight time frame. And we'll see how the chat room does. But I wanted to do a show today anyway because of the fact that, well, Standing Rock. We had 2,000 veterans that arrived there. Well, arrived on ground today. I think they've been filtering in for the last 2 or 3 days, but they actually had 200 buses full of veterans that showed up there today. And, now all of a sudden Obama came up and denied their permit. And the Army Corps of Engineers has now refused to allow them to use the land. And it's put it at a standstill for now. And I say for now because once Trump gets in office, he's going to override that because of the fact that he's got too much invested in it. But hopefully in the meantime, they'll switch up their their route. We'll see.
Yeah, they're gonna have to do something. They've all the parties involved have got too much money put into that thing to just let it die. But hopefully they can come up with a compromise that makes everybody equally miserable. Or
Well, and I find it ironic that all of a sudden this all breaks when we have 2,000 veterans sitting in the ground. That's what I find ironic.
yeah,
No.
I think the Goon Squad knew better than to screw with that particular group.
Well, and what pisses me off more than anything is the fact that it shouldn't have taken veterans to step up. It really shouldn't. We hold up to an oath, and that's to protect this country from enemies foreign and domestic. And I'm sorry, but I do find, and I stand with them in my own backyard. But I stand with them in that, yeah, I see big money and big corporation in that regard as a domestic enemy. Especially when they are using water cannons, pepper spray, concussion grenades, which I think is over the top. I got into an argument in a fight today with a guy that was, well, you should have seen what they were doing. They were using propane bombs on cars. It's like, yeah, you know what I heard about that? That was DAPL employees doing that. That was not tribal. Um, I happen to personally know people that went there with the purpose of fighting from here, and because they weren't allowed to fight, they came back home early. So I really don't think it was tribal that was doing any of that. I do stand behind the fact that it was probably DAPL employees trying to stir the pot.
Well, somebody trying to stir up the pot. Yeah, I imagine you wouldn't have to stretch your imagination far to figure out a few. You know, my feeling is that the pipeline's going to end up going through anyway, but maybe this will put the brakes on enough that they can do it in such a way that it doesn't piss everybody off.
Right, and you know, from what I understand, they had options to reroute, but they chose to just step on the weaker man basically, and they're going to learn real quick. And I still believe that this country's heading for civil war. Soon enough. Still with me?
That last part kind of broke up on me.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah,
I believe this.
The last things you said broke up.
All right. Yeah, I think my internet's doing okay. Like I said, we're going through snow all week, starting today, and it's supposed to snow all the way up. Well, as far as the weather forecast sees, I believe, with sunny breaks on Tuesday, but still 80% chance of precipitation. So I don't see sunny breaks. I see winter. I see snow. So we're ready for Christmas. All the presents are bought. Everything's done, and if we get snowed in, we get snowed in.
Yeah, that's the way my folks start buying. They live up in the mountains west of me, about 2.5 hours, and long about September they start adding. You know, instead of 2 cans of beans, they'll pick up 3 cans. You know, they start stockpiling.
That's the way to do it,
they live
especially for
like
the
on top of a mountain, well, halfway up a mountain in North Carolina. Oh yeah.
So
this part, like where Trippin and I live, we don't usually get too much in the way of snow. We just get cold, miserable weather.
Yeah, speaking of Trippin, where Trippin at? I figured he'd be
The
here
worst
by now.
part of winter.
Huh?
Trippin is, yeah, it's him. It's Steve Kelly, Trippin' Fool, and me in the chat right now. Where are you?
I should be in the chat. We must be having some serious Spreaker glitches here. Because all I see in the chat room is myself and Steve Kelly. Oh,
That's weird
God.
because I see Steve Kelly, Trippin' Fool, and me, and I don't see you. Gotta love it.
All right. We are still live, so we should be good to go. Can Trippin hear us talking? Oh,
Oh, yeah. Okay, Spreaker cut the show and started a new show. Huh.
what?
We're in the Standing Rock News Paranormal chat
Yeah, that's
room.
what you should be in.
The chat room we're in is Standing Rock, says Standing Rock News Paranormal.
Yep, that's
With,
the room. That's the room you
let me
should
see
be
if
in.
it shut to another one. Okay. Well, I see Trip. Oh, Steve says it's been cut. Yeah, Trippin' and Steve say it's been cutting in and out bad. You got snow on your dish out there?
Huh? Yeah, okay. I haven't seen him talking anymore.
You got snow on your, yeah.
Say again? No, there shouldn't be any.
They say, have you got snow out there on your dish? Okay.
Yeah, no, I've still got internet, and the studio is still broadcasting, and Skype is still working apparently.
It's real choppy on this side.
Okay. So, the veterans actually raised on their GoFundMe, they were over 1 million. I don't even dare look at my internet or my Google Chrome with a studio running. But I know either earlier this morning or it was last night they broke 1 million that they raised getting 2,000 veterans over there.
Wow.
So they're actually talking.
Wonder how much of that money will actually go where it's supposed to, and how much of it's just going to end up in a private individual's pocket.
Well,
I'm always worry about those kind of things.
I
They're
know
kind
it.
of unregulated.
I know it. I believe he actually has his own. He has a treasurer. I mean, he has it pretty well organized to where it's where it's supposed to go, from what I've seen. That doesn't mean someone's not going to be
Good.
dipping into it. I don't know, but he has been pretty transparent as far as, because we're talking over 3,000 people have been donating, so people are watching. Does that mean he's not going to dip? Who knows? As long as everyone gets reimbursed for what they're supposed to be getting reimbursed for.
Oh.
So, I don't think I tagged you, but did you see that picture?
Skype's being a bit of a booger tonight.
Yeah. Did you see that picture of that District 9 looking spaceship that was hovering over India? And there's people saying they're seeing these cities.
Yes.
And now I've got people saying, well, that was just what they were comparing it to. Well, Still, bringing up a news story like that and portraying that particular picture, uh, really? Have you heard anything about that news story though?
Yeah, I think that was on. I think I got one dose of it in Facebook and another dose on Yahoo. A Nigerian, some kind of Nigerian. Let me see. News. No, he's just using District 9, but
Right.
some
And
clip art from District 9, which they're supposed to be making a sequel to District 9. I like the original one.
yeah, I need to go find that one again. I actually like that movie.
Oh, let's see.
Just like I need to
Yeah, it was
find.
kind of one of the more realistic.
I need to find the new Arrival, and I still haven't seen Independence Day 2 yet. Have you seen that one yet?
Which one?
Independence Day 2.
Which one?
ID 2.
No, I never saw it.
I need to see that one, and I need to see the new Arrival.
UFO. Floating City. UFO appeared in the skies over a village in. Oh, hey. They're putting. See, that's what I was saying earlier this week. The paranormal news is so slow. There's nothing being put out there. This is from last year. So they're just revamping. I think they're just revamping stuff they had last year. It's I usually try and get about 3. I've been trying to get 3 articles a day into the SOR Spacewire News, and I tell you what, I'm lucky if I can get one good vetted story in a week.
Okay.
So much, I'm going to certain other late night shows and seeing what they've got, and I see some really good stories. But when I vet them and look into them, they're just rewrites of crap that was put out a year ago. I don't know what's going on, but it seems like there's almost like there's a paranormal news embargo.
Okay, I've got one for you to look at. If you go in the Forest Moon Paranormal group, look up the Stephen Hawking story, where he says society is at the worst it's ever been.
Oh yeah.
See if you can vet that one. I'm curious. I haven't even
Sounds like
looked
one
at
of your fans is out there. Your groupies.
Who's that?
Oh, let's see. Okay, there's. All right, let me see.
Yeah, I'm kind of curious to hear
Okay,
what
weird
Stephen Hawking's
news.
got to say. And I'll be looking for news stories for you to vet.
Oh,
Because I completely agree. And let me see.
yeah, it's I go to places like ABC, Huffington Post, because usually that those are fairly for that kind of news. They're fairly well vetted. I've managed to get 2 articles written. One with the involving the United Nations and the UFO Commission, that never got off the ground, no pun intended. And I forgot what the other one was. The first one I wrote up. Let's see what Stephen Hawking has to say. Oh. This is the most dangerous time for our planet. 4 days ago. Okay.
Yeah, like I said, I didn't have a chance to read it yet.
Okay. That looks
I
like
got
something
my.
I can make a news story out of.
Now, next week we're going to be going over alien species. Now, do you have a copy of the Russian alien species book?
Let me make sure. I did have that. And that flash, because I've been doing news articles, that flash drive is actually plugged into my work computer right here. Let me check that out. Dave sent it to me a long time ago.
Okay.
Let's see.
We're going to be using that as our basis. And basically,
oh, yeah, there was
go ahead and do research on A through M.
I don't see it anymore. I wonder what. Let me look under a different file. I know Dave sent that to me at one time. Huh.
Okay. Oh, if not, I'll send it to you. 'Cause I've got it. And we're going to look at A through M.
Yeah,
Next.
send me another one to my.
Okay. And we're going to look at A through M next Sunday and M through Z, or N through Z on the 18th. That way we can cover all of them. And I mean, some of them will have more information than others, so we'll see how it goes. We might wind up doing a third show to wrap it all up. And I think we're going to stick with the 12:30 time slot.
Yeah, some of those, they don't have a lot about them.
No, but that's why we have Google.
Well, let's see. You've got 12:30 your time is 3:30 in the morning my time.
Right? I
It's
kind of figured you're probably still at work.
5 to 4 where I'm sitting right now. Yeah, I'm still at work. Yeah. I work a 12-hour Saturday and a 12-hour Sunday.
So I
Yeehaw.
figure, let's see. Yeah, 3:30 should be quiet for you, huh? Or 4:30? No, 3:30.
Yeah. Yeah, 3:30. I think the weather, we had some cold rain, and I think that kept a lot of our usual Monday PIAs out of the ER this time.
Yeah, I got you. Yeah, and here in my county, it's disgusting because here in my county we don't have a homeless shelter. If you're homeless, they don't open up the winter shelter until it's 28 degrees out. At 28 degrees, I mean, what are they supposed to do if it snows and it's only 34 degrees? It's still cold and it's wet and snowy now. They don't open up the shelter for them until it gets to 28 degrees. What are they supposed to do? Go
A
under the
little late
bridge?
by then. Jesus, that's kind of ridiculous.
Hey, it's very much ridiculous. The only other homeless kind of shelter they have here is only open from 9 to 5. So if you if you for whatever chance stumble into this county and you're homeless and you got nowhere to go, good luck finding anything because well they aren't open. And the way they're set up, they got one building for families and they got the other building you're lucky to get into. They screen you extensively, which I'm all for screening. I understand that, but things need to change. And like I've said before, when we ran a homeless closet with just clothes, we pretty much got shut down because all funding came out of our pocket. And because we are a pagan organization, we didn't get referrals from the county. So pretty much, we have all this stuff that's sitting there that's waiting to be distributed to the people that need it, but we weren't being used as a referral, so it just sat there. So what are you supposed to do? So that's going to change this year, though.
Well, you can make your own, what you call a forum. I don't know the digit. It's like what they call a nonprofit. You get some kind of, I forgot what the license is. It means you're a nonprofit charity type thing. Can't you apply to be one of those?
We were a nonprofit charity according to Washington State.
So you can distribute.
And yeah, no, we were a nonprofit by Washington State standards. We had a UBI. We had a UBI number and everything. That's why we were a referral source for the county. But if the county has its favorites, they don't utilize you. So no, you can have the status all you want, but if they don't send you as a referral source, then you just sit there and you have all this stuff. You don't have any funding either way because you're a nonprofit. And most of our clothes and most of our stuff came from donations from normal people in society in the county. That's how we got the clothes and the stuff to give away. But when you're paying out of pocket for storage units to maintain your stuff for the homeless, that kind of adds up after a while, especially when you're not getting utilized to give the stuff away.
Well, yeah, that's sounds like you've got some city officials that are putting some of their prejudice ahead of helping people.
It's been that way for a very long time, man. It's county level. It's not even city. And like I said, that's going to change this year with some of the plans we've got in place that are moving forward. And yeah, I see the studio is disconnecting and then reconnecting and disconnecting and reconnecting. So I'm really not sure what that is or what that's all about. That's the first time it's done that. Maybe the snow is affecting it. We're gonna cut the show short tonight. And,
Might be.
Huh?
That might be something's getting on your dish, or maybe it's upper atmosphere, the microwaves can't, because you're cutting in and out on me a lot. I've noticed.
All righty. You got anything to add? Any news on your end?
No, I'm going to look into some. I'm going to look into some local stories. Well, supposedly a couple days ago, well, about a week ago, there was a UFO contact in Waynesville, North Carolina.
Oh, you better get all over that one.
My earpiece keeps putting itself into mute for some reason. We've got the. Yeah, I'm looking it up right now. I've got Stephen Hawking's "This is the most dangerous time for our planet," and I'm going to look up that Waynesville UFO. So keep an eye on the Spacewire News. It might get interesting. The drought might be about over.
All right, sounds good. Sounds good. I'll be looking it up too here shortly. We're going to go ahead and wrap it up for tonight. Due to
Or
Spreaker glitches we're having here. It's been a short show, I understand. My big thing was I wanted to talk about DAPL. DAPL, for the time being, there's still, actually, the Department of Justice came out, and in light of the new developments with Obama and the Army Corps of Engineers, the DOJ is maintaining the situation and monitoring how people are being treated. So that's a step in the right direction as well. And it's really sorry and really pisses me off that it took 2,000 veterans,
yeah,
seemingly, to have to step up and bring light to the situation. It shouldn't go that far.
no. But I think they knew better to open up 2,000 individual cans of tried and true whoop ass. Which is, if they just screwed with them boys, that's exactly what that would have been.
Oh, most definitely, most definitely. And like we said last weekend, to even put the Army Corps of Engineers or the National Guard. Do you really think the National Guard wants to fire upon its own blood? No. I can you're going to have the radical in there that join the military because they think it's cool and they want to kill somebody, and they've never done it before, and it's a legal form of doing it. But for the most part, but not 90% of the Army National Guard isn't going to want to fire on their own veterans. So to even put them in that predicament,
No.
to even put them in that predicament, is appalling.
Yeah.
All right, so we're going to wrap it up. Thanks to everyone for tuning in. Stay tuned next weekend, same time, same channel, 12:30. S4 E squared, and we'll be talking about alien species.